The YTPC, Joshua Stewart, Pipe Up North. Haven't made a video for a couple days. I was all set here the other day. Put together a codger and a corn cob and tool time Tuesday. I had my codger and my corn cob and I had a tool ready to show. Then I got called away, so I couldn't make the video. So I'll have to put that off for a few days. Try it again next week. But I finished that pipe stand I was working on. And considering how tough a shape it was when I started, I'm fairly pleased with how it turned out. Now there was some pretty nasty stains that I wasn't able to get completely out. I'm getting glare, so you can't really see them. So it's definitely not perfect. Then some of these pillars, they got some pretty ugly staining on them. That's not shadows there. That's actually stains. But if they were on the bottom down here, so I just flipped the pillars around, and so they're a little less visible when they're up top. And the stand doesn't hold bent pipes very good, but there goes all my tobacco. Now it didn't come with a humidor, so I'm still trying to figure out what to do if I just get a humidor, though I don't really use the little humidor jars with the pipe stand very much, but I'm thinking it's big enough, there's enough room. I might be able to make a pipe stand. It's probably about a 4 pipe that can fit right in the middle there. I'm thinking that might be kind of cool. But I don't know how many hours I spent. How many hours I spent on this thing. Probably 6 or 8, and most of it was sanding. And I'm trying to get in all those little flutes. That took a lot of time. I'm trying to sand all of this in here. The flat stuff was easy. Then probably spent an hour or two cleaning and polishing those acorn nuts on top. Which, if I was doing it to make money, I'd be broke real fast, but I'm doing it because I enjoy it. And no, I probably won't restore them for anybody else either. Not at this point, anyway. I got one more pipe stand that's I picked up that was among Mom and Dad's flea market to sell stuff when we were cleaning out the barn. That one's in worse shape than this one was, but it's got the humidor jar, so. And that one is this is a 6 pipe stand, and that one is as well. So it'll be, I'll show some before pictures of that one. And this one I've got some before pictures, but you can't really tell too much because the lighting is poor. But just trust me, looked like it was sitting in a basement and just got wet or something. But yeah, it didn't turn out too bad. I'm not sure what kind of wood it is. I thought it was maple at first, but it might be cherry. I'm not sure. When I got it, I finished it with tung oil, and whatever was on there first, I think it was just a clear polyurethane, and it was a little bit lighter than this to start with. Then, of course, put the felt underneath the where the humidor jar goes. I was gonna try to put the felt in underneath where the pipes go too, even though it wasn't there to begin with, but I don't know, that's kind of hard to cut it where it'll look decent. Real easy to make it look real bad. So I think this is actually pretty close to what it was originally. There was no felt under the humidor jar when I got it, but there was felt on the bottom. I wanted to go with like a real dark green or dark maroon or brown or something like that, but when I went to go get the felt at the only place that we have in town that has that kind of stuff is Walmart, they had black and white and red. So I picked up a little bit of black and red and tried to figure out what would go best. And the red didn't turn out as gaudy as I thought it would, but it's still a little bit more than I would prefer. So that's actually the first pipe stand, or pipe rack I should say, that I've got. Otherwise I've just been fairly unorganized with my pipes up to this point. So if I make a little round stand that can hold probably, yeah, we'll see if we can get this so you can see, should be able to fit 4 or 5 pipes in there. So yeah, I think I got, I don't know how many coats, 3, 4, 5 coats of tung oil. Could have maybe done 1 or 2 and gotten a little bit glossier because there's just a little bit of a satin sheen to it yet, but it'll be okay. Got most of the stains out from, must have sat in some water or something. So yeah, that's that. You might ask what I'm smoking. I'll tell you what I'm smoking. Ashton's Gold Rush. This is my first time trying an Ashton's blend. And I had a bowl before this in the same pipe. This is my Kaywoodie Drinkless. What is that, a Rhodesian? It's an old estate pipe that I think I picked it up off eBay, I don't remember. But in my first bowl, I wasn't really sure what to think of this stuff. I was trying to sip it kind of slow, but it still seemed like it was burning hot where I could barely hold on to the bowl, which might be the pipe too, but I wasn't wowed like I was with the 1792 that I had more recently, and I've been actually smoking that just about every day. Just one bowl, so that if I don't start doing a little bit more variety, that's not going to last very long. But one thing that was interesting with that first bowl is this. Why don't I tell you a little bit about the Gold Rush? It's supposedly a pure Virginia blend, made only of the most outstanding Virginia tobaccos. I should maybe put my glasses on to read this. But it's the white printing on the light orange. It's hard to read it anyway. Uh, Made of only the most outstanding Virginia tobaccos, medium bodied and smooth, this mixture burns beautifully and renders a natural aroma accented by traces of lemon and honey. Now, I did catch a little bit of that lemon and honey in the tin note. And if it's there in the smoke, at least for me, it's very faint. But say the first bowl, I was kind of not overly impressed with it, but when I got towards the end, there was something there that I kind of liked. And one thing that I found very interesting, I just watched earlier this evening the Novice Piper. He was doing a review on Capstan Blue, which I've got a tin of that on hand, but I haven't popped it yet. He was sharing about that and how, for him, at the very end of the bowl, like the last few seconds, there was like something changed for the better, kind of intense. And on the first bowl that I had before this one, I kind of got a similar thing, which it might have all been in my mind because I was thinking about his video. But it did, and maybe I wouldn't have noticed it. Maybe it did legitimately happen and I wouldn't have noticed it if he hadn't mentioned it in his. But there was just that little something at the end that was pretty good. And this stuff had a heck of a time getting lit. It didn't seem like it was overly wet in the tin, but you can't, or I haven't been able to leave it go for very long and without having to relight. So when I'm chatting here, it seems to go out pretty easily, but would I deep cellar this at this point? No. It's not a super cheap tobacco either. I think there's plenty of them out there that are a little bit cheaper that are probably just as good or better. Yeah, it's hard for me to describe because if you've watched any of my videos, I'm not very good at describing what I'm tasting or smelling or anything anyway, but it's usually either good or not good or somewhere in between. But this seems to be one that the more I have it, the more I like it too. So no, not too much else to say about that. But thought I had a question of the day here too, but I didn't write it down, so I don't have a question. Oh, it looks like the wife is calling. I better end this right now. Joshua Stewart, Pipe Up North. Have a good day.